Good morning, dear students. I am Dr. Y.D. Dwivedi, professor from Department of Aeronautical Engineering, Institute of Aeronautical Engineering, Hyderabad, India. Today, I am going to discuss about the experiment. The name of the experiment in aerodynamics lab is determination of aerodynamic characteristics for the cambered airfoil NACA 23015. This is my aim of the today's lab, and first I will explain about NACA 23015. What is the 23015? This number indicates that it is not the symmetrical airfoil. In the previous experiment, we have seen 0015. So here this 00 indicates that it is a symmetrical airfoil. But here, these three types of digits are there: 2, 30 and 50. So here, if the chord is given C, so 2 is a maximum camber. This maximum camber is 2% of the chord. Here I have shown. And this maximum camber will happen at 30% of the chord. Here. And there only 15%, the maximum thickness from here to here will happen at same maximum camber where you have the maximum camber. So in this way you can make your own airfoil by giving this number. Okay. So we are in the process of understanding the aerodynamic characteristics. In aerodynamic characteristics, we have the coefficient of lift, coefficient of drag, pitching moment, pressure distribution, and pitching, rolling, yawing, and so many things. But here we will be only finding out the two parameters, that is the coefficient of lift and the coefficient of drag, by using some mathematical equations which are given in this. In this, we will be taking the airfoil 23015, and this airfoil we will be fixing inside the wind tunnel, and this airfoil has got 22 inbuilt hole, and every hole is connected with a pipe and plastic tube, and this plastic tube will be attached with the 30 tube manometer which we are having in the lab, and I will be showing just in a few minutes now. So the procedure which we have to follow is: number A, connect the pressure distribution model to the multi-tube manometer. Select a tunnel speed. I have selected 17 meter per second, and this corresponds to the 500 RPM, and varying the angle of attack alpha from -10 to plus 20 degree, interval of 5 degree angle of attack. Now we have to note down how the pressure distribution changes as the angle of attack varies. You might have seen that the pressure variation is showing like this, and this is the chord length. So as per the hole, it is varying the pressure. So here we can see how much pressure is here. This type of variation you will observe in the experiment. Now plot the coefficient. From here we will find out the Cp, and this Cp will be the pressure difference P1 minus P2 divided by half rho V square. From there we can find out the coefficient of pressure, and this coefficient of pressure versus x by c. So this is called x by c here. For each point, this is the x, x1, x2, x3, and this is the c. So x by c, Cp versus x by c, and Cp versus y by c, and this is called y. The vertical distance is called the y here. If you see here, this is the y. So y by c, and this is called x by c. This is the horizontal variation. So here we will get, and after this we have to find out the normal force. The normal force, it is a normal force coefficient Cn is equal to integration of coefficient of pressure which we have got dot dx by c, and this x by c upper and the lower surface, it is the difference of both the surfaces. Now by this, if we can get the Cn, from Cn we can find out the coefficient of lift, and this is equal to CL is equal to Cn cos alpha minus C sin alpha, and the drag coefficient and the form drag or the pressure drag coefficient CD is equal to Cn sin alpha plus C cos alpha. So in this way we can find out the CL and the CD of the given cambered airfoil 23015. Now next step, we have already find out the CL and the CD and the variation of speed and the variation of angle of attack. I will be showing the only one velocity here in this experiment, and you can vary the number of velocities, but I am showing you only at 500 RPM, and which corresponds to the 17 meter per second. So here CL versus Redound number and the CL versus angle of attack. Another two plots will be CD coefficient of drag versus the Redound number and the coefficient of drag versus angle of attack. These four plots you have to draw, and these are parameters you are getting, and accordingly we can draw these plots. So here our objective is to find the aerodynamic characteristics and draw the plot and understand the flow physics behind these experiments, and in this airfoil which is 23015. Now we will be going to this wind tunnel, and I will be showing you the experiment and how these things are varying. Okay, thank you, and just we will go to our wind tunnel. So I am here with the wind tunnel. In this wind tunnel we have fixed our cambered airfoil 23051. Inside this, you can see here the variation of the angle of attack. In this time, I have fixed this thing at 0 angle of attack, and these 22 probes are attached with this 22 tubes of multi-tube manometer, and you can listen the voice of the wind tunnel. Wind tunnel is started, and you can see that little variation of pressure will be there, and you can easily see that how these things are very fast, and these things you can see very well. So here you can see that these are the variation of pressure from 1 to 13 upper side and 14 to 22 lower side. 1 and 13 they are at the leading edge and the trailing edge respectively. So variation this one will be changing. If the angle of attack is more, the stagnation will be come down to the point number 13 and 14. Like this, it will vary. Now I will vary this thing for the -5. -5 means anti-clockwise direction, and this you can see the variation. The variation are very much clear that the minimum velocity is at point number 2. And it is increasing, and maximum you will see at point number 8 and 9, tube number, and again the below, it is now 13 is the total 13 is the minimum, and again below this below surface nearly at the 16 17 you have the maximum pressure distribution. But if you see the under surface, there is no much variation. It indicates that under surface is flat. It is not much curvature. That you can observe from here. Now I will change this thing to -10 degree, and then you see the variation. Okay, so now you can see the variation further, how the fluctuations are happening, and now again the condition and the value of these things are varying. Okay, so we can see that at different angle of attack, first I am taking the negative or minus when the leading edge is going down. But now I I will change to the positive angle of attack and I will go first to the plus 10 degree. And then you can see the variation and you can observe very clearly it is how fast it is varying. Okay, so be careful and just observe it. Okay, so in this lab, you have to write the result and analysis. So analysis part is very important. Writing result just one line is not sufficient. You have to give the flow physics behind that. You can see here, as and when we go for the positive angle of attack, what happens? The upper side variation is quite huge. The velocity in upper side is very large comparing to the lower side. So the pressure on upper surface is very low comparing to the bottom surface. This indicates that a vacuum is created on top of the airfoil and here it is not. So on upper surface the pressure is downwards and the bottom surface in this side pressure is upward. So net pressure is acting upward and this is generating the lift. Now we have to make it at plus 20 degree and then you can see because in plus 20 degree you will have likely to have flow separation. So in this type of pattern you may not get. Okay, so here you can see that from 1 to 6, from 1 to 6 very low pressure, but from 7 to remaining here you have the high pressure. So only up to from here onwards the flow separation is there. You are not this area is not producing any lift. Only up to 6 points, 1 to 6 only the upper surface is producing effectiveness and remaining from 6 to 13 is 50%. 50% of wing is upper side is no use. So as we increase the angle of attack, there is a flow separation followed by flow reversal, which is generating the pressure gradient on upper surface and it is spoiling the lift. And so here we can find out that stall has happened and lift is tremendously reduced. So we can exactly locate the exactly at what angle of attack you are going to get the stall. Okay, here I am not showing that because from 10 to 20 I have gone directly. In between somewhere 15 or 16 degree you will likely to get the maximum lift. So that angle of attack where you get the maximum lift is called the stall angle. You can also find out this one of the characteristics of the airfoil that at what angle of attack you are getting the stall angle. Okay, so in this way we can find out the CP. Then from the CP we can find out the CL, coefficient of lift, and from there we can find out the coefficient of drag, and with the variation of the Reynolds number, and the Reynolds number is rho VL by mu, and so here we are varying. I have made here the constant V, so Reynolds number is constant. However, I have changed the angle of attack from minus 10 degree to plus 20 degree, and the variation I have shown in this experiment. Okay, so this is the experiment number 6, and I have completed here. I hope you like this experiment, and if time permits, I will also make some some innovative experiments in wind tunnel, which will be used for your career, for your research publication. And I request all the students to take active part and make your own model and come to the lab, and I will ensure that your paper is published in a reputed international journals. Okay, so be with me, contact with me, and try to make your BTech as a real engineer in aeronautics. Okay, thank you very much for joining the class. Okay, thanks.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.